My name's Dave, and I'd like to share a story with you. I'm a father of three and a husband to an amazing wife, Natalie. In early 2014, my 5-year-old son, our middle child, was having major issues transitioning into school. The separation anxiety and fear he was under was huge. Every day was traumatic for our son and exhausting for Natalie and I as we tried everything we knew to get him to class. The school recommended psychology appointments and an assessment of his mental health, suggesting maybe testing for ASD or autism. Now, I'm not opposed to seeking professional advice and utilizing these services, but something told us that there was something deeper going on, something unseen, something spiritual. Now, I'm a Christian and I work a lot in the area of prayer ministry. So I had spent years praying with people for breakthrough and freedom and seen some pretty amazing things. Now, I'd prayed for my son a bit, but one Sunday after coming home from an interstate trip, I felt God lead me to pray very specifically into fear and anxiety over him as he slept. Now, I know this may sound strange, but to some of you who are musicians, you'll know that feeling you get when you have a new song coming on and you have to grab a recording device. Well, I got that feeling about the prayer, so I grabbed my mobile phone and laid it by his pillow as I prayed. For the next 30 minutes, I prayed everything I knew as he slept. I prayed into prenatal wounding. I prayed into generational effects. I prayed over his personal spirit, over his mind, his brain, his DNA, his body, everything that I knew and more. The next day, he walked through the school gates a different child. We couldn't believe the change and miracle, and neither could the teachers. So a few days later, I transcribed the prayer and recorded it as I prayed over my eldest daughter. A friend introduced me to a very talented pianist, and she allowed me to use her gentle music as a backdrop. I put the 25-minute prayer on my blog with the title, Soaking Prayer, Healing and Relief for Fear and Anxiety, and I posted a link on Facebook letting people know about the track, and to my surprise, I sold like 20 copies overnight. Then the testimonies started rolling in. Although I'd made it for kids, I discovered adults were getting healed and blessed too. I discovered it was ministering to the little child in them, to the parts of their heart that was scared, anxious, and traumatized. One of the biggest things people say about the album is that it helps them sleep and reduces nightmares. I can't explain it, but to say that it's just a gift that I've discovered. It's a gift that gives immense peace to people. Even as I travel, people come up to me and tell me amazing stories on how their kids and their grandkids or them go to sleep with it on all night and get the most amazing night's sleep. There have been people with insomnia, schizophrenia, post and preoperative cancer patients, and many others who've just contacted me from around the world just to say thank you. Since discovering the immense value of Soaking Prayer albums, I made others. I made a Father's Blessing of Love album, a Psalm 91, Hiding and Abiding album, a Cleansing for Compassion and Care Workers, the Heart of Provision, and my wife recently released a Mother's Blessing of Healing, which is so amazing too. My son still has his occasional I don't want to go to school moments, but they're few and far between, and without all the trauma and anxiety we used to see. And we give God the glory and thanks for allowing us to create these wonderful albums that are helping thousands of kids and grown-ups across the world find peace, relief, and healing. If you want to know more and you want to find some of these albums, you can go to www.davidtensen.com. That's my story. Thanks for listening.